Hey everyone, and welcome back for another episode. Why is that going on again? Hold on, technical difficulties. There we go. Hey everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Who Are They? Real Talk. Once again, I am Matt, and joining me as always is the amazing Nicholas Molbach.
Sup,
Why can I hear myself?
boys and girls? I mean, I can't hear you. Well, I can hear you, but I can't hear yourself. That didn't make any sense. It's been
I'm hearing an echo of everything. So
it's been a nice long weekend. It's been great. And joining us as always, because apparently I'm doing this alone, is Taylor.
Oh, here I am.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Apparently today is like full of technical difficulties.
We're up to a great start, but I can hear you. I can see you.
See me, feel me. So we were just in a very in-depth discussion about Extreme Rules, the horror show, which is tonight.
Yeah, we're competing with WWE, so I don't know what the turnout's going to be like tonight.
Oh, most of our fans are WWE fans, if I've ever heard.
You think so?
We're gonna build an entire show around it soon with Chris and I. So this is super exciting.
Hey there, friend. Right back at you. Hope you're staying as dry as you can over there.
Yeah, please do, my friend. I actually am about to share it on Facebook and just saw your comments. So I didn't even know it was live. But
we're live, baby.
Hell yeah!
All right, issues figured out.
Cool.
Let's go. We're live. We're ready to have some fun.
Great start.
And, we're missing our boy Connor. He's got some unfortunate happenstance. It's funny, Nick, because you know me. I watch SEN live. Connor's house is flooding. This past week, Christian's house was flooding, and the week before that, Riley's house was flooding.
Well, that's good.
So
I guess.
I'm just saying,
not very good.
I know it's not good at all.
It's just coincidence.
Stop
to me.
People's personal lives onto this. Anyways,
it's coincidence to me.
I know. No, it's terrible. We hope to get you on soon, brother. Here's to my sports drink to you, my friend.
Here's to you, Connor.
Here's to you. I got my Really Scared shirt on right here. Available.
Oh, yeah.
And our Teespring right here.
And that's what we're going to call it because nobody knows what the link is actually. So
yes, it's teespring.com/stores/what real entertainment.
Hey, so the link should be in the bio of this YouTube video.
Yes.
Check it out.
And it will be in the description of our audio uploads available on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud.
He's got to get those. Wow, that's a new plug record for the Plug Master.
Gotta keep on plugging, baby. And make sure to watch us on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook live every Sunday.
Like and follow.
You know, usually do it at the end, but I'm going to do it at both. I'm going to book it.
What is this episode right now?
Plug
3 minutes in, and we've talked about the eye for an eye match. Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. Hell yeah.
We're talking about. Who do you think's losing an eyeball tonight?
I got to say Rey Mysterio, because if I'm correct, that would make him in storyline blind, which should be really interesting.
You could do it with him, because I feel like suddenly this got hijacked as a wrestling show. Yeah. You could do it with him because I remember like Sin Cara, he had the lucha mask and there was like no visible eyeballs on it. You could cover up Rey's eyeballs and you could be like Daredevil.
There you go.
I think that's Rey.
Dare Mysterio.
I thought I don't follow wrestling, so I thought Rey Mysterio retired years ago. So
nah, he comes back periodically. He's one of the WWE darlings, so he had a little bit of a stint in some other companies, but
I can't believe they're having a match tonight where you have to remove somebody's eyeball.
Ray?
First
is it like Ray Romano?
Like, how are you going to get yourself out of that corner that you wrote yourself in? Like, nobody was asking you to make this match. So how are you going to pull it? Also, they're having a fight about some people are wrestling for a swamp. Having a swamp.
In a swamp.
And then you had the Midsummer match.
I mean, yeah, that was just a booking poster, which looked terrible.
No, I believe there is a match where you must insert
someone alive in a bear.
Into a bear carcass. Yes, I believe they are having that match. I mean, you may as well have got an eyeball match.
What is this, WCW? Anyways, Taylor got that. But so, yeah, I don't know. Chris and I guess I should probably mention this right now while we're starting things
We have plans for that specific announcement you're about to say, so hold on.
Too late. Cat's out of the bag, baby.
Oh, that's nice. I'll just... Cool. Go on. I'm one of the co-hosts. I have no clue what you're talking about. That's cool. Let's go.
It was not a graveyard match. It was a boneyard match. Very big difference. And AJ Styles died, and we miss him very much.
There has been a lot of wrestler deaths that they've completely written off. Rey Mysterio is actually one of them, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
To bring all conversations back to Rey Mysterio, he was dropped off a freaking building in Money in the Bank, as well as Aleister Black. So we have 3 wrestling casualties that we have to deal with.
I love that.
And they're still alive within the wrestling WWE space. Anyways, movies. Hi.
Yes, movies.
Okay.
Yeah, this
boring movies. Let's talk about wrestling.
Let's talk about WCW 4 Corners of Deathmatch, where there's a picture of Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show hanging inside of a box. Go on. Sorry.
This week was actually a pretty slow week in the world of movie news.
Which is why we're talking about wrestling, right?
Yes. But we are going to start it off with a bang in the eyes of Connor and Taylor. Because today...
Nice. Ooh.
Today...
For an eye. It's more like it.
We got the first official image from Godzilla versus Kong.
I'm going to say it for Connor. Thick.
That's a lot of ape.
That's a lot of ape.
That's a lot of Zilla right there, man. I'll tell you. I mean, it always has been. We kind of knew how dummy Godzilla was. What is this? I'm sorry. I'll just leave for this episode if you want me to. Go on.
Big daddies.
Yeah, I'm for a movie that is now like a year and a half away. It's almost, to me, it's almost like the Halloween tease. You could have just given us 30 seconds of them about to clash, and I would have been happier.
Was it just that picture then?
Yeah, it was just that picture.
I haven't been online all day long.
Which that doesn't even look to be like a still from the film. It just looks like
it just looks like it looks like they just took multiple images from the actual art probably the CGI art that they're doing and just placed them on top.
They've confirmed Kong will get tall, and he's gonna punch a Godzilla.
Yes.
Is that why he shaved his beard?
Got to trim up for the fight, dude. Godzilla plays dirty. He would be yanking on that hair.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh, but I know Connor and Taylor were really looking forward to this. This is a big reason why I wanted Connor on, because I'm like, Connor's going to be psyched. Let's talk about it. And then he texts me, he's like, it's already on the docket. How things change. But no, Taylor, what do you think of this totally Photoshopped first image?
It's fine. Like I was saying, I kind of wish it was actually an image from the film instead of a sort of quick Photoshop generic image. I mean, we established now that they will fight via this image, which was kind of back of a toy box. Oh, it is a back of a toy box,
but it's still technically the first.
Oh, I see. Back of a toy box. That makes sense, dude. Those toy spoilers, those toilers, they get you every time, dude.
Right,
toilers.
How many kids are going to be upset when those two actually team up instead of just fight?
Action figures.
Oh, don't Batman versus Superman this shit. Boo.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
to the death.
I think Wingard.
They've kind of confirmed that they're Batman versus Superman in this shit.
Wingard said, I feel like that there definitely will be a winner, but I'm skeptical of shit about that. Yeah, we've covered a little bit. I'm really scared that through some comic book material, it looks like they're building a third original kaiju for this movie that might be the thing that they're actually going to end up fighting. It's like a giant scary bat. But also, I remember there was that teaser that with King Ghidorah that he was probably going to come back. So maybe it's Mecha King Ghidorah, which I think is a little too soon to just bring that character back in the next movie.
Yeah, but it's WB, so they fuck shit up all the time.
Amen. So I guess so this wasn't an officially released first image. This was something that came as a consequence of a toy package, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I can't really hold it against them. It's not a very exciting first image, but that's okay. They didn't plan for that to come out, so fair enough. But we see King Kong. It's going to get big, which everybody was wondering how big is he going to get. There you go. It's pretty big.
Pretty big.
Pretty big. See, that's why I think like it's so obvious that Godzilla should win that they're going to have to come up with some weird stuff to figure out how King Kong's getting a power. Because I remember like in the original
Kong,
way back, he got like lightning powers or something. Like again, when they first did one of these movies, he got some weird superpower that helped him fight. Or like he'll have some Godzilla kryptonite or some shit. I don't know.
then
Can I drop some predictions?
Yeah,
For sure.
Okay. Judging by the fight, or just judging by the past two movies, I haven't seen Kong Skull Island, so I can't really
the
say.
only good one, or no, the second. It's actually probably the best of the three.
Yeah, I might agree with that.
Yeah.
It's going to be really underwhelming. There's going to be a really boring fight. One of them is probably going to end up having to use something that the other person is weak against. It's going to be just a huge fight, and then he's going to pin him down, and then Godzilla's going to go Martha, and then
They're going to go
Mothra, and then they're going to okay.
How do you know that name?
How do you know that name? It's going to be like really
bug.
weird translations at the bottom. Sorry. I just really wanted to make a Batman versus Superman reference.
Yeah, I was following you like 2 words into that. So I knew it with one of those Mobot bits, one of those classic bits.
That's right. That's why I'm here.
I'm not
Talk about that
the...
thickness and eye for an eye matches.
Do you think Godzilla or King Kong will lose an eyeball? And whose swamp do you think it'll be when we fade out for the evening?
Gross.
No, I just Kong to me is the first Godzilla and Kong are the only two good ones. That's my opinion. I know you
three?
Of the three.
So you're just saying you don't like King of the Monsters.
King of Monsters is bad.
King of Monsters is horrible. Nick, how many times did we have to wake each other up during that shit?
I mean, I didn't fall asleep, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, Matt,
but I got what you mean.
love shitting on King of the Monsters, and I do wish I had my brother Breed Love here on the screen to back me up in that. I like King of the Monsters more than the Gareth Edwards movie.
See, but the Gareth Edwards one had all this build up through it, and I don't care that I only got like 30 minutes of Godzilla. Granted,
both of them suck. So that's sorry. Go on.
Granted, that seems to be Gareth Edwards' MO. I'll give you 30 minutes of a great film.
Oof.
But
got him. Dunked on him.
Yeah.
There's. I don't know. To be fair, I've never rewatched that. So maybe if I adjusted my expectations, I would like the Edwards movie more. I only saw it the one time in the theater, and I remember being very underwhelmed by it.
Here's the thing. I also went into that with no expectations. It was a preview screening before I even started reviewing stuff.
Breed Love will be throwing things.
I was with
for you, brother.
Friends. We all had no idea what was going on, and then how Godzilla ends that fight just had me like, fuck yeah! All right,
finishing move is very good. It's a good finishing move.
That was the whole selling.
Did he lose an eye?
No, he rips open this dude's or the other monster's mouth, and then flame throws down. And you're just like, oh shit!
See, I kind of like King of the Monsters finishing move too, because he just gets so mad you can't hurt him. That's that kind of. He's just so mad, dude. He's glowing. He's so mad he glows, and he rips his fucking head off, his noodly head off.
Unbelievable.
One of his
noodly head.
I like King of the Monsters. But I've said before, since this whole Monsters universe thing has happened, there still isn't a single movie that I across the board love. I like them all okay, but I don't love any of them. And I really hope this is the one and I feel like it's got to be the one that a lot of people love, or they're going to stop making these movies after this.
Yeah, I think this might be it. But I also felt like Kong did the perfect amount. It did what the Godzilla films haven't done well. And that's balance the monster with the human aspect.
See, I go the other way on Kong because I'm like, okay, you got the monster stuff, but then all the people stuff, there's less of it, but you have this great cast, and you don't really care about
they didn't get to shine. They were written characters. I'll give you that. But at the end of it, I was just like, I still cared more about any of the humans in Kong Skull Island than I ever cared about any of the humans in the Godzilla movies.
That's fair. I will say, spoilers, the first Godzilla made a great mistake taking Cranston out so early. That was and I think that's most people's critique is if we had followed Cranston, such a likable lead, and
instead of Aaron Taylor Johnson, Cranston's son.
Yeah, just
who's
John
married, Which a lot of people, I know. I talked to a few people who were thrown off from that movie because Aaron Taylor Johnson's wife in that movie is Elizabeth Olsen. Granted, a year prior to this, we got Avengers: Age of Ultron, where they're brother and sister.
It's a classic George Lucas move.
That's a little odd.
So I know a few people who are like, yeah, and Connor, here's the thing: I don't need to care about humans, but the fucking Godzilla movie tries to make me care about them.
The movie definitely wants you to care about him, and I don't think it's successful.
And that's why I don't care for it. And especially Nick and I were talking after our screening last year. We're sitting there like, we thought O'Shea Jackson Jr. died like 3 different times in the film, and he's there at the end, and we're like, wait, why?
In spite of all this, would you think you are looking forward to this movie next year?
Because it's Adam Wingard and of the Kong aspect.
You like Adam Wingard?
I like.
Oh, Godzilla! Damn.
I like the stuff.
He'd sit on you with his thick ass. I guess she would. I don't know. What is?
It's a he in this.
If it's Roland Emmerich,
that's a lot of fish.
Yeah.
If it's a lot of fish, then it's a woman.
Roland Emmerich, the sequel we never got. I just rewatched that on Netflix like a few weeks back because I was studying, and oh my god, I'm like, oh yeah, this was set up for a sequel. I totally forgot about that.
Did you think of me when he said that's a lot of fish?
I thought about Taylor, not you.
Oh man, guys! Breaking news! I don't know what the result is, but a friend of mine just texted me in regards to Eye for an Eye. Very disappointing, to be honest. So
I'm looking into it right now. I'm doing my.
I don't know if I want the spoilers or not. I don't care. You can give me the spoilers.
Okay.
What the hell was I going to say?
My guess. Before I look, I haven't looked yet. Dominic Rey Mysterio's son got involved. That's going to be it.
Dominic,
go on. Sorry.
Dominic lost both his eyeballs in the crossfire. I was going to say, I remember being like 8 years old in the theater and that twist, not twist, but the reveal at the end that there was like one Godzilla egg left.
Baby left in the house.
I remember being hyped as hell when I saw that as a kid. I was like, yes, I can't wait. There's going to be a second one. I can't wait.
And back then, as an 8-year-old boy, you don't fully understand how the movie business works.
20 years later, I'm still waiting. And then they killed
21 years later. 1999, buddy.
When they killed, and then they killed that Godzilla off in Final Wars. Toho did. Did you ever see that?
No.
So there's like I think it's Final Wars. There's a big Toho. It's before they like rebooted with Shin Godzilla. There was like a big, massive, like super campy, crazy showdown movie where they had like every single monster show up, and for like 30 seconds, the Roland Emmerich American Godzilla is in the movie. It fights Japanese Godzilla while Sum 41 plays in the background, and it dies in 20 seconds. They canonically killed it. They were so pissed. They like held that grudge for like a decade and a half. They're like, it's going down. We're killing it. Nick, do you have any results on who lost an eyeball tonight?
I'm sorry. I've been making a face because I just can't understand what I'm reading. Seth Rollins beats Rey Mysterio in an eye for an eye match.
He's blind, dude.
Wait for it. No, he's not. It was the same area as the other eye. After the match, Rollins throws up and Rey Mysterio has to be taken backstage. Boom! I could see why it was disappointing. Why the hell did Rollins throw up? Go on.
Wait, Seth Rollins removed Rey Mysterio's already blind eyeball?
I guess. And then he threw up. So
okay.
You heard it here. You heard it here first.
Next piece of news. I just got to move on after that. Next piece of news. Uncharted finally starts filming this upcoming week. They're on set. Okay. Tom Holland is taking pictures. They are on set. They're in New Zealand, if I remember reading correctly. And this thing is finally underway.
You say so.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I'm like give it a week. Everything's shutting down again.
Who cares? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure Uncharted will start shooting when they release Chaos Walking, when they release Half-Life 3. What else is in that category? Like this, who gives? Yeah, that's the thing. Also, I don't think anybody's even looking forward to this movie. It's
opening the same weekend as the Batman. Who cares?
Society will not exist by then. It doesn't matter.
Batman got pushed back to October, I thought. Uncharted was summer.
No, I think Uncharted ended up. I don't know. Somebody that I was watching said that something will happen. Let's not even worry about this news because something will happen. It'll get it postponed.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to maintain the COVID-19 safety guidelines, just like every other movie. Okay, some people on Jurassic World got sick.
Jurassic World, they're still plugging along though. I mean, did you see the picture of Bryce Dallas Howard's bruises?
No,
from her stunt work. Oh, I guess I'm gonna throw this up here then.
Some dinosaur gave her bruises.
She did her own stunt work, and she had these really just sick bruises. You're just like, wow.
Like sick as in like metal or like
gnarly,
like Rager sick, or like are we talking like I don't know.
No, I know. I'm just playing. I know the Rager is. I watched his debut on the Trivia Showdown this past Friday.
Oh wow! Who did he face against?
I believe the underdog Nick Mulbach.
Who?
The underdog Nick Mulbach?
Oh, I don't know who that is. He's another persona that I created.
If you haven't seen, here he comes. I can tell you who the plug master is. He's right here. If you haven't seen the Rager, go to our YouTube channel, Who Are They Real Entertainment, to check out our Real Movie Trivia Showdown.
The next match will be up tomorrow,
and
as long as I can finish editing it, because I'm currently halfway through as we speak.
I agree. I'm really scared. We also like Jurassic World.
I did not like Jurassic World 2.
Alan.
Oh God.
Alan.
Here we go. You want to see? Be prepared. These are Bryce Dallas Howard's bruises.
Oh my God! Am I going to become Seth Rollins soon? Jesus!
Oof! Damn, dude.
And then,
wow!
Did she literally just walk up to like a pole or something like that and do this?
She got hit by a dinosaur.
Oh, okay. You're right.
For the audio listeners, she has really bad bruises.
Like severely bad bruises.
Yeah, they look pretty nasty.
I mean, Jurassic World's still plugging along. They're in New Zealand or Australia right now filming. I'm
looking forward to that movie. I like Forbidden Kingdom. I like these movies. I'm looking forward to it.
Trevorrow's back, so I'll give it a shot. Granted, it's not like he's done anything great. He wrote the script for the last one.
Are you? Oh no, I'm thinking about Josh Trank. I was about to say he directed Capone. Sorry, I just didn't realize that. Anyways, I'll leave again. Bye.
No, it's just I have little faith in Trevorrow at this point. The Star Wars script sucked.
It's good.
Book of Henry sucked.
It's good.
Oh, come on now.
It's good. Oh wait, I'm talking about Book of Henry.
Duel of Fates was good. We'd be in a better timeline if Duel of Fates got made. I didn't think I would say that either.
I disagree. This is
in a better timeline if Book of Henry got a wide release.
It did get a wide release.
Okay, and
should have got even wider release.
Yeah, dude. Every movie theater should have been showing that movie.
That should be what they're playing as soon as they reopen theaters.
Just remember, we missed a chance on meeting Trevorrow because he was in Cleveland for a preview screening of that.
Of Book of Henry?
Yeah.
Why didn't you meet Colin?
Yes.
I just made this very bright accidentally, and I'm very sorry.
I agree, Connor. I was counting out Trevorrow after Book of Henry.
No. I'm not talking about him as a director. Him as a director is Book of Henry. As a writer,
he didn't like his Star Wars script. So
I hated Book of Henry. I hated Forbidden World. It's Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom. That's what it was.
Sorry. I hate just the dialogue, the story choices, just bad writing all around. And he like the first part of Fallen Kingdom when they're on the island, that was great. It should have just been an entire island escape movie. Fuck the rest of it.
No, man, I go the other way because the first half I'm like, whatever, it's dinosaurs on the island. Also, why did you build a theme park on top of an active volcano? But I like the last third because it feels like a Dino Crisis movie. And I don't know if you ever played Dino Crisis on PlayStation, but I like spooky haunted house with dinosaur.
I didn't say anything about Safety Not Guaranteed. That's a great film. I'm just talking about Fallen Kingdom is trash.
Trash. Get out of here. You're trash, Brock. It's a reference to my favorite symbiote film. What are we talking about this? Oh, because Uncharted. I don't give a shit about the Uncharted.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I have to pose a question. If it continues to go into developmental hell, and clearly what's his name is a part of it, Tom Holland's a part of it, does it take a notch off of his career?
No. If it just never gets made, no, it's not going to make a difference for him. I like it to make a difference, and he's probably better off the movie doesn't get made, because for real, I don't think that anybody's looking forward to it. I don't think
a lot of people just wanted a Nathan Fillion movie. They wanted a Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I think Uncharted fans aren't looking forward to it. I don't think it'll, as it is right now, I don't think it's going to sell well to a general audience who doesn't know what Uncharted is. And he's already got a development hell project because he's in
Chaos Rising with Daisy Ridley.
Yeah,
that one.
Which should be a huge slam dunk win, but it's
apparently is so bad that they haven't released it. They're still trying to schedule reshoots with those two's busy schedule.
That still has the potential to come out.
Do you guys agree with this? Connor Breedlove in the chat saying
I am not starting to agree with this.
Less of a shit about New Mutants
because we got the best looking trailer, the most exciting trailer we have gotten so far, and it was only a minute this past Thursday. That was the most excited I had been about this movie since the original trailer.
Yeah, I haven't given a shit about New Mutants since it got announced, so I get it.
I was looking forward to it, and then I stopped looking forward to it, and then I was looking forward to it again, and then their insistence on putting it in theaters made me excited for it, and then my learning of that they can't release it to streaming, they have to release it to theaters, made me less excited again. So I don't know, dude. I don't know what a series of happen for me to watch.
Oh no, it's definitely not coming out in August. No one's gonna say it's coming out in August.
Nothing's coming out in August.
And Connor, you do realize you can join from your cell phone, right?
No, Russell Crowe's movie is coming out in August, right?
Russell Crowe's movie was supposed to come out in 19 days.
I think it's still coming out because it's
coming out in August in theaters.
No. The Atlas Theater is showing that new Steve Carell movie, Irresistible.
The Atlas Theater is open.
The Atlas cinemas are open. They're doing a deal right now where you can rent out an entire theater for $50.
Wow, really?
Yeah, you can have the theater to yourself or 9 of your closest friends and watch whatever you want. You can bring something from home. It could be something from the vault. You can watch it.
I can watch Extreme Rules.
Eye for an eye match?
Match.
Wow, I can watch Seth Rollins throw up on the big screen? Cool.
All it takes is $50. That shows how, I don't want to say desperate, but how...
Well, in their case, we can say it's desperation because they're a small, independent-owned theater.
Yeah, they're just like, please, for the love of God, find a reason to spend some money here. $50, you can put your...
And right now, every showtime is $5. Every movie's $5.
What are the movies? The Steve Carell movie, and what else?
I mean, at the one by where Nick and I live, they're showing the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And I want to say they're showing The Dark Knight, or they did earlier this summer.
And Vin Diesel's Bloodshot?
I think that's still there. So is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Vin Diesel's Bloodshot, inferior film to Alok Mishra's 1BR, which they should just be showing instead.
Yes, they should.
That's right.
That instead.
What else do we got?
By the way, you can buy 1BR right now on Amazon or iTunes for just $5. A $5. Give that movie a shot, people. 1BR. You'll love it. One of the best horror movies of the year.
Now that's a good plug. Co-signed. Plugmaster co-signed.
So here's what they're showing at the Atlas Cinema by us. They are showing The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Human Capital, which is a new film.
I was not sure where you were about to go with that. I thought you were about to say
Centipede?
Yeah, whoa. They are really desperate.
That'd be a bold move. They're like, we're back open. First movie, Human Centipede.
That's what I want to see with my $50.
Archive, I don't know what that is. Irresistible.
Yeah.
Trolls World Tour, The Hunt, Invisible Man, Sonic, Mad Max, Fury Road. I will not lie, that has tempted me. The 2014 Godzilla, Iron Man, the original, Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, Jurassic Park, The Fast and Furious, Pretty in Pink, Ghostbusters, and Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
but I could rent out a theater for $50 and watch Human Centipede.
Yes, you could if you wanted to.
And I could invite all my friends.
It's $50 for 9 friends, $100 for 25 friends.
I don't have 9 friends, so maybe I'll get a discount.
I'll pay half to watch Human Centipede with you, Taylor.
Connor Breedlove. That movie was ahead of its time. Everyone is eating ass now. Amen. Amen, brother.
I ain't. Are you, Nick?
No.
Are you, Taylor?
Not anytime recently. It's a pandemic.
What is this? You know, I just realized that I've been sitting.
This is a fun-ass episode. That's what it is.
Well, I know. And I just realized that for the past hour and a half, I've been sitting in front of a couch. Not on a couch, but in front of a couch. On the floor.
Close enough.
So, stop. Okay.
I don't know.
Can we put like a gif of Seth Rollins vomiting every single time something weird happens?
I wish.
Oh, I'm looking it up on. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm looking it up on Twitter.
But yeah, like me, Taylor, someone who I've missed every chance to see Jurassic Park live, or I should say on the big screen. And that's a movie I want to see. Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, and to actually see the original Lord of the Rings films on the big screen since the first time since I was in elementary school. Like, it's been tempting. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm smart enough not to go to a theater right now.
Yeah, it's not tempting for me really at all. Though I did with Jessica and I did go to the drive-in last night and saw Poltergeist and The Shining, so that was really cool.
Yeah, and was up till 3 a.m. Jesus, you're a brave soul.
Pretty tired, but no, that was cool. So I definitely get the retro movie appeal, but why would I go do it over there when I can still do it in my precious drive-in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, I like the kicking back. I like the relaxing. I like the recliner seats. So, and I do love supporting Atlas Theaters because of all that they do for the indie community in Cleveland. So that's another reason I do like patronage.
It's tough because I really want theaters to succeed on every level and be able to come back, whether it's multiplex, chains, independent stuff. Like I want all our theaters to be able to bounce back from this. It's tough to say how to do it. I'm not smart enough to be able to do that.
Right. But yeah, I think none of us care about Uncharted. Fuck this movie. Go to Spider-Man 3 already and let us all be happy. All right, moving on. More superhero movie news. We got news this week about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's next project, Black Adam, and they have cast Noah Centineo.
Who that? You have a picture of him?
From all the boys To All the Boys I Loved Before. He was supposed to be our Prince Adam in the He-Man movie that got scrapped. He's been a Netflix darling the past couple of years.
It's one of those pretty fellas, eh?
Yep, one of those pretty fellas.
They say what character he's playing?
Adam Crusher.
I was about to say, there's been rumors for Adam Crusher, but no confirmations. So
no, I thought that did get confirmed.
God, speaking about projects that just take a goddamn lifetime to get made, I've been hearing about this Black Adam movie since like Man of Steel, if not before that. It's like, geez, dude. I mean, clearly either A.
He is confirmed as Adam Smasher.
Okay, he's confirmed as Adam Smasher. Okay.
Either A, Dwayne Johnson just loves Black Adam, which seems to be what he's going with, or DC already just hooked him up with the greatest paycheck of all time. Or maybe both.
I think it's a little bit of both because he's been the one who's pushing to get this project done. Because this is going to be his first trip into the superhero realm.
Which is crazy. It's really crazy that in all this time, like Marvel didn't scoop him up and find a character for him because he is just like factory made for one of those movies.
Yeah, but I think in terms when you think about Marvel, I think a lot they don't really cast the big names. They cast the middling names and then make them big names.
I don't know. These days, it's like I just can't believe they haven't gotten to him after all these movies. After 10 years of making movies. I mean, I don't know who you cast The Rock as. I remember like many years ago, I was like, that dude should be.
It's actually 12 years of movies now.
Oh yeah, you know what, you're right. 12 years of movies. He's been sticking on being Black Adam, which like Hell yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a big get for DC, you know, to have like the world's biggest movie star be one of their characters. But
especially considering he already has a relationship with Disney in general. When you look at Jungle Cruise.
Oh well, we all can't wait to look at Jungle Cruise.
Yes, that Hobbs is my superhero. Also, Connor, Hobbs is my superhero.
What about the Tooth Fairy? Oh, we're controlling at the same time.
That's my girl.
The Tooth Fairy.
Also, I would like to just acknowledge that I can somehow bring Black Adam back to wrestling without mentioning The Rock.
Do it.
You know who plays Adam Smasher in the CW? Mr. Adam Copeland Edge himself.
Wow.
Boom.
I don't remember Adam Smasher in CW.
Season 2 of The Flash. Apparently, I looked it up because I wanted to know who the hell Adam Smasher was, and apparently,
oh my God, it's this guy.
It's Edge.
This character's a hulking monster in the show, so I'm surprised Noah Centinneo's skinny ass is playing him. So
I don't even know what to say, man.
Godzilla really do be thick, huh? All right.
Yeah, they should cast Godzilla. Was he? What?
There you go.
Does he have any other projects past versus Kong next year? Does he have anything else on his IMDb?
No.
Should cast
him. And thankfully, he doesn't.
Hopefully, he becomes the thing in the MCU.
Yes, but no, I could care. I could care less now that I know exactly who Adam Smasher is. That's Noah Centineo. No.
Centineo.
It's Centineo.
Okay.
But
we just have like not much to do with the story.
It's just.
I'm half asleep, so don't look at me for any content.
I mean, like literally, I had to. You can go back on our YouTube channel and watch it. My review for To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You, which I had to be the only guy in a theater for, in a room full of sorority girls. It was hell.
I guess P.S. You're the only boy that was left that night.
I had to sit through that piece of shit after watching the first film, which is actually surprisingly good. Like,
yeah, I like that movie.
Like, I'm sitting there, Taylor, you know me. I'm the kind of guy who I'm like, all right, I got to be semi-professional. I got to know what this past one was so I can give a comparison since this is a sequel. And the sequel is garbage.
I'm sorry to hear that. But if you want to hear that, you can go back on all audio platforms, Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes, and hear that classic Who Are They movie review.
Yes. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, he's an okay actor. I wasn't for him when he was cast as Prince Adam.
His name is Noah Centineo, by the way. He just said it in a video I just watched, so it's bugging me.
Centennial, and I've heard everyone say Centennial, so hey.
He's pronouncing it wrong, probably.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. I could care less.
Right.
Damn.
I'll take a page out of Taylor's book and say, when that movie gets made, I'll care.
Believe it when you see it, brother.
There you go.
Yeah, Noah Sudafed, because his acting puts you to fucking sleep.
Oh, yeah. Dunk! Air horns! He's dead. You killed him. You bodied him. Wow.
Yeah. But moving on, some news I actually really enjoyed and was shocked about because I thought this was a property that was never going to get touched again. Fletch is returning and it's getting a reboot. And John Hamm starring as a classic Chevy Chase character. That was a shock casting to me.
Not only have we never seen Fletch, I have no idea what that is.
Chevy is still alive. Give him the role.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, right? He's had a time in the last couple of years.
So
yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't know shit about Fletch. Is this something I can apply for? Sell me on Fletch.
Well, it's actually
the one where he goes.
It's a comedy mystery. He's a versatile chameleon investigative reporter, Erwin Fletcher, might drive his editor up the wall, but he always produces great pieces for the newspaper. When his next story is about the drug trade taking place on the beach, Fletch goes undercover as a homeless man, unaware of Fletch's true identity. Businessman Alan Stanwyck offers Fletch $50,000 to kill him. Intrigued, Fletch decides to unearth the full story behind the offer.
Connor's throwing things at home. He doesn't like. You don't want to touch Fletch.
See, at least I'm not Connor. This is why you're needed. Screw it. I'm sending you the invite. You can join on your phone. So hey,
he literally said he can't.
If he's watching the show,
he's trying to stay afloat right now. All right.
Right.
He's got one hand treading water.
Why didn't they cast Noah Scent of Mayo as the character in the movie of Fletch? I don't understand it.
So Fletch is like funny, right?
Yeah.
John Hamm's kind of funny.
I loved Hamm's comedy in Baby Driver.
Baby Driver. You know, he's also funny in Kimmy Schmidt.
I never got into Kimmy Schmidt. I gave that the first full season. I said, nah, this is not for me.
I've not seen all of it, but I remember thinking he was funny in it. I was like, oh, I didn't know Hamm could be funny. Connor did not think
Dude,
so.
Hamm can be hilarious. Just it matters of how you use it.
How you cook it.
Yeah.
Because I think I've seen John Hamm in more than just Baby Driver where I found him funny.
Is he funny in that?
He has some funny moments. He's not funny, but he has some funny moments.
Yeah, him's kind of funny. I literally know nothing about Fletch except what you just told me, so I have no real opinion on this. But so far, it sounds.
John Hamm was in Tag. That's a comedy.
He was in Tag. Yeah, he was in Tag.
And Keeping Up with the Joneses.
I loved him in Tag. Keeping Up with the Joneses was trash.
Good point. John Hamm is funny in Bridesmaids as well. You're right.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
He's pretty funny in Richard Jewell, right?
Y'all saw Jewel?
Fuck that movie.
I've never seen Jewel, so I just that was the first thing that I read.
I didn't get to see Jesus Rolls, which came out this year or this past year.
Who saw that? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I wanted to because it's a Big Lebowski.
I don't watch movies.
That movie is a fever dream. I don't think anybody has seen that.
He was decent in Good Omens. Like Bad Times at the El Royale had a couple moments.
That movie's great. Love that movie.
Like I liked him in his role he had in Barry. Like he's done. Last Man on Earth, he had one episode that he was hilarious in.
Is he funny in Mad Men? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he has a couple Mad Men jokes.
Oh God. But no, I can get behind. Oh yeah, he was in Wet Hot American Summer First Day of Camp.
Wasn't he some comedy with Gal Gadot?
That was Keeping Up with the Joneses. That was trash.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. He's very charismatic.
Yeah, to me, Fletch. The first time I watched Fletch, I was like 14 or 15, and it wasn't all comedy to me. It was. I like the more mystery side of it, so I think he could do well with that.
He's never done hard comedy. He's never carried full comedy to great results. Connor feels very strongly that John Hamm is not funny. I thought Tag was okay. I forgot it.
I liked Tag. I thought it was funny. Like it had really funny moments. So
he was great in Bad Times. I can't remember. Was he funny in it? I don't know, but he's captivating in it.
Yeah, he's captivating in it. I don't think he had funny moments. But
I never seen John Hamm in anything that I didn't like him in. I always, even if it's not good, I like him all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the hell Fletch is, but I'm whatever, fine. This is a blind spot for me.
It's a blind spot, huh? No reason.
What, are you gonna yank my eyeball out like Rey Mysterio?
No, but no, I'm personally excited for it because I like John Hamm as an actor, and then Fletch is a decent series, so I'm willing to give it a shot. It's been 30 years since a movie of Fletch has come out, so hey.
I mean, if they're not going to cast Chevy Chase in it at this point, like I don't really care. That's my Fletch for you.
Yeah, but moving on, we're going to go to what I thought was the most intriguing and captivating news of the week. And that came from James Gunn, where James Gunn came out and said, yeah, Velma is actually a lesbian. He was told by creators that the idea was for her to eventually come out. And he wrote that in his script, and studio interference and every rewrite made him make it less and less of a thing. until eventually in the film that we got, it was erased completely, and then they gave her a girlfriend, boyfriend in Scooby-Doo 2.
Yeah, dude, if we didn't get that, we wouldn't have had the iconic random moment of Seth Green falling, which was one of my favorite moments of that film. But I kind of, yeah, I mean, jokes aside, I think it's happened within the cartoons, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think it has.
Well, so I did not expect this to be our leading story tonight, by the way. I did
Neither did I.
I did see like some naturally, as always, I saw some Twitter discourse about this, and people were saying, how could she be a lesbian? She dated Shaggy in the cartoon Mystery Incorporated, which is a pretty good cartoon. I wrote a very long late night Twitter thread about it. But one or several of the writers came out and said, like, we were building up basically her discovering her sexuality via realizing that she didn't belong with Shaggy, and that it was subtly revealed throughout the series that she was in fact a gay woman, but they never could overtly say it in the kids' cartoon or something like that.
Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated producer Tony Cervone has confirmed that Velma Dinkley is a lesbian. While James Gunn had revealed that the character was supposed to be explicitly gay in the 2002 live-action / computer animated film. Shortly after, Gunn, who wrote the script for 2002 and its sequel, added that the conversation about the character explaining that Velma was supposedly to be explicitly gay in the live-action adaptation of the Hanna-Barbera animation, the studio just kept watering it down. In 2001, Velma was explicitly gay in my initial script, but the studio kept watering it down, becoming ambiguous, the version shot, then nothing, the released version, and finally having a boyfriend in the sequel, Gunn revealed during a Q&A.
Well, maybe now that this has been sort of publicly revealed, whatever inevitable reinvention of Scooby-Doo they do next might embrace this a little bit more. But I think it should too.
Yeah, it's not going to be Scoob 2. And anything Scooby-Doo going forward needs to have Matthew Lillard in it. But no, Connor, I agree. If Adventure Time can explore gay relationships, Scooby-Doo can too. Because representation like that in shows is what's going to help this next generation be more accepting of others. It's that simple.
Scooby's timeless too, you know what I mean? Like, that thing has been, like, my mom grew up watching Scooby-Doo, I did, like, every generation grows up watching it. So it is timeless, and in the same respect, I feel like it's got to grow and shape and, like, reflect each state of culture that it's in as people are making it. So I hope, again, whatever inevitable reinvention, reboot, whatever they do of Scooby-Doo, because Scooby-Doo will outlive us all at this point. I hope they get there eventually.
Where'd Nick go? Uh-oh.
Molbach out.
But no, I think it's important. Like, there was someone on Facebook, former coworker of mine the other day, who posted something freaking out that Illinois is going to make schools teach LGBTQ history.
Yeah.
He's like, why the hell do people need to learn tranny history, this, that, and the other? I'm like, what you just said is the exact reason why it needs to be taught, because if he knew differently, he'd know that that's a slur in that community.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And I'm like, this post shows how closed-minded you are. And then he flipped out on me for calling him closed-minded and all that fun stuff.
Wow, so, I can't believe you would call me close-minded for using a slur to refer to a marginalized group.
Right.
Real people.
Right.
Who have to fight for their rights and their acceptance and their grounds every single day.
So having a character like this, for showing you a marginalized group, and considering how on the forefront Scooby-Doo has always been when it comes to pushing certain boundaries forward,
yeah,
just makes sense.
Certain people are always going to fight the tides of change, man, and when they do, they're just going to get washed away. Scooby's going to keep going in spite of it, and Scooby doesn't give a shit about your discriminatory views. So I think that's great.
Scooby was pushing for legalization before people were really pushing for legalization.
That's right. Scooby's always been on the cutting edge. It's always been about taking down old spooky capitalists with real estate schemes. So they know that Scooby ain't for them. And then Zombie Island is the best Scooby-Doo.
Yes, Zombie Island is the best Scooby-Doo.
Also, I really like I really like when he teams up with Batman, Brave and the Bold. That one was pretty good. I like that. Pretty fun. Again, Diedrich Bader back as Batman.
I don't like Diedrich Bader as Batman, except in Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is fun, but I did not like Batman, Brave and the Bold.
And I know what? Looking for that Halloween Scooby-Doo where they team up with Elvira and fight the Scarecrow from Batman.
Yes.
And they have like a Halloween Mad Max race.
Yes.
They're just like,
you're probably gonna sit there and watch it with just as kids, aren't you?
I'm gonna be like, yeah, I bought this DVD for the kids, and I'm like, put it on tonight. I want to watch it right now.
Jesse knows you're watching. He loves you.
That's not a question at all. I absolutely do love her, and I love watching Scooby-Doo sometimes as well. Not when it's Scoob.
Oh yeah, I forgot Supernatural had that crossover episode with Scooby-Doo. That was pure fucking gold.
I didn't see that. I don't know anything about Supernatural. It's never been my bag.
Here, Taylor, I know. I'm shocked because Supernatural is kind of horror-esque.
Yeah, but it's just like the that's just never been. It's a CW thing, right? Like that just never plays for me.
It's one of the few good CW shows, like good as in actually written well and has good canon created behind it. Like
I know people love that. Like that's like religion to some people. So I'm not doubting there must be something in there for me. Just I've never seen anything that made me go like I want to watch that. I get it. Like two very handsome men fighting ghosts and shit. Like yeah, I could see why people would like that.
Well, it expands off of that after season 4. It becomes more than just a Monster of the Week show. Season 4, they bring in God, they bring in hell, they bring in heaven, a war between hell and heaven. It's just
Connor coming in with the CW sucks. I knew he was going to sound off of that. But I'm not going to say CW sucks.
Not all the CW sucks.
I'm not going to say like equivocally everything on CW sucks. It just doesn't do anything for me. I've not found anything on there that works for me, which is fine. Not everything has to work for me. It clearly works for a lot of people, and I'm happy that they have.
The only show I love on the CW is actually Supernatural. Arrow was good the first 2 seasons. Flash was good the first few seasons, and now I just watch them because I'm that person who, once I've started a show, I see it through. I'm the guy who sat through the last fucking season of Glee, for Christ's sake. And that is some of the worst television I've ever seen.
It's not good?
Not good at all. Glee stopped being good after the original cast graduated high school. And then they decided, let's focus on their lives past high school. No, bad idea.
It's a shame. Nick's just not coming back.
I got a text from him. I know where he is.
Okay.
He needed a click break.
Okay, quick break, dude's got a rumble in his tummy. What else we got? This show's so weird, man. I don't know if it's just because I'm so sleepy or what's going on. This is a weird show.
It's a fun show. It's just that. but I'm living for it personally. So I think, hey, we got him back.
There he is.
Generally, that button doesn't make me just randomly leave. It just drops. Oh, wait.
There's 2 ways to do that, yeah.
That drops me out. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to use the bathroom.
Classic StreamYard goof.
Yeah, classic StreamYard.
Freaking goof.
All right. And the last bit of movie news before we get into our discussion is Tenet needs to make $800 million to break even. And then also, something that might push Tenet back now is the fact that it's too long for Chinese cinemas based off of their coronavirus standards. So, Tenet, we're not seeing this shit anytime soon.
It's definitely not coming out this year, 100%.
No.
I don't think any major. I've decided for sure no major studio blockbuster film is coming out this year. Period.
Invisible Man for Best Picture. Let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna.
They're gonna postpone the Oscars.
Invisible Man.
Back to April. They're not gonna move it back any further. Like you had films that are a couple months of films that would be eligible. So
Invisible Man versus Bloodshot versus Sonic versus Bad Boys, and then also animated. You got Trolls versus Scoop, and that's it. No, Scoop didn't even. Well, Scoop I think works by its new rules, right? So.
Yeah, Scoop works by its new rules as a film that was released. And yeah, that's the other thing. There are a ton of films that actually do fall into its Academy Award rules due to what the Academy has decided for this year. Of a film, if it was supposed to have a theatrical release, and went to streaming instead is still eligible. So,
Oh, well, then the Oscar movies aren't going to be best of.
yeah. So
one BR, Best Picture. Book it.
One BR. The Five Bloods I found out was supposed to have an initial. That was going to be like Dolomite Is My Name. The Way Back is a good film. That could be there. Affleck for Best Actor again. But sure. No.
I mean, probably, yeah.
No, honestly, Delroy Lindo is going to win Best Actor if the Five Bloods is eligible.
Yeah.
No one's sleeping on The Way Back.
I haven't watched The Way Back yet. I slept on it. I'm very tired. I'm very tired.
Same here.
But to me, right now, I can't even say Invisible Man for Best Picture now. I forgot their whole thing. So the Five Bloods would be my Best Picture pick as of right now.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. Delroy should be nominated Best Actor for sure.
Also,
at least nominated for sure.
You got nominated? I mean, you saw? I mean,
Five Bloods? Yeah, I did see Five Bloods, and I never got around to reviewing it on here, but no, I liked
that episode got canceled.
I liked I liked the movie pretty well, and I liked his performance a lot. So I definitely would say that should be nominated. Yeah, Elizabeth Moss probably. Invisible Man. I mean, it's gonna be funny, but that movie
probably Carey, Best Supporting Actor for Sonic.
Yeah, it's weird, man. They changed the rules. They changed the date on Oscars, like to accommodate all of this, and all the movies they were planning on seeing are still not going to come out in time. So
right.
We're going to have I could see them just saying forget the Oscars and canceling it before they nominate some of these movies. But I hope they don't. I hope they stick to it, and we just have a weird ass Oscars that's like a Zoom conference. Like they don't even bother flying people out. They have a Zoom conference Oscars, and Vin Diesel gets nominated for his portrayal of Bloodshot. I hope we have that. Tenet. How long is Tenet?
I think Tenet is like 2:45.
Damn, that might be Nolan's long. Well, no, how long was Interstellar? Probably pretty close as Interstellar at the same time. But that's interesting that they're restricting run times.
It's 2:31. So China right now, if it's 2 hours and under, it's good to show.
See, Connor's saying Tenet just needs to be pushed next year, and I agree. I also think, though, that if they had the audacity to open theaters and they were allowed to do it by like state mandates and such, I think Tenet would still make like an absurd amount of money because what we're seeing as the places open up is people are flocking whatever it is.
Movie theaters have not seen that same thing though.
But how many of them are actually open?
I was going to say it's really not publicly known.
California has been open, and they just shut that back down. Georgia was open, and apparently they're not getting much business. Texas was open, and apparently they weren't getting much business. And we saw the video of them bug spraying the Cinemark there.
They're also not showing new movies, which I feel like is a piece of it, right? They're playing.
Well, that doesn't help.
Strikes Back was at the top of the box office for the first time in 40 years.
Yeah, so I feel like that's got a lot to do with it. But no, I agree. There's no ethical way you release Tenet this year. It's been kind of shameful because apparently like Chris Nolan has been part of the driving force, but like we got to get this thing out on time. We've got to like preserve the theatrical experience. We've got to save cinemas by putting out our blockbuster. I'm like, save cinemas. You're going to kill people, dude. Just chill. Go home and
Connor's saying Tenet will make $1.5 billion. Yes, but what you have to realize is by pushing it back, the interest on all the loans that they took out to make that film that large grows. And when the interest grows, it has to make more and more and more just to break even. So if you push it back a full year, it might just break even completely.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very inconvenient and bizarre time to have to put that movie out, but there's no way you put that out without theatrical support because, like, as to your point, you are not making back that investment without a theater release. And there's not going to be any version of that, I think, in 2020. Like, we're not going to see that. We're not going to see Wonder Woman or Black Widow or probably even like Dune. Like, we're not going to see any of these big movies that they've been marketing all year round and keep pushing back and acting like, oh, yeah, that's going to come out. No, we'll put it back. We'll put it out in September. No, we'll put it out in November. Oh, maybe December. Like, it's going to be when do you think realistically, if you had to put a month on it, 2021, when do you think somebody will finally get one of these movies out?
Late May to early June is like the earliest I would go.
Yeah, it could be, and who knows what else is going to happen? Like, you know what I mean?
The they're saying concerts may not happen again until 2022.
Yeah. And if that's not happening, I don't know. I guess why would theaters get it? I guess theaters are easier to control because it's like
I was going to say because theaters are easier to control. It's not 5,000 plus people in one area. At once.
You have your assigned seat. You sit right here. We can distance these seats out. But even I think it's just proven like when we think of the traditional movie theater experience is just not. It is not compatible with what we are dealing with right now.
I mean, I'll put it to you this way. One of our reps for screenings and whatnot reached out saying, "Hey, we're trying to figure out how we're going to do screenings going forward. Just need to confirm this is all your stuff because it sounds like we may be going digital. That's what it seems like. We may be going digital, like to where we're not even going to the theater. They might just send it to our accounts for us to watch from now.
Oh,
which
God,
is just
can
crazy.
they just do that in real life?
No, because realistically, I know Taylor and I are probably the same. We love the theater experience.
Oh, I love the theater experience. I just don't like the people. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, press screenings are cool because you get to see the movie early, but they're not cool because you sit in a super packed theater and like people aren't quiet. You know, like,
that's my point.
But that's theaters in general. That's a theater on opening night. Like it's
still just something that I dislike. I don't hate the theater experience, and I would rather see a movie in theaters. Trust me, I have been striving to get one in theaters one day. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't know. I know how I know people react in knowing that I want to eventually make something to be put into a theater. It's just irritating, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Tenet, but at this point, if they push it back, Tenet's going to lose money no matter what.
Yeah, all they can really do is try to minimize that loss. What was that? We're getting played off. We're like, get off this. Had enough. Yeah, no, there's no big movies. It's either going to be minimize your loss by digital, do a small drive-in release, or just wait till next year and hope for the best.
Yep.
Time to just admit it, movie industry, and give Trolls World Tour its Oscar.
That's right, baby.
No, it could be Onward got out, so it's gonna be Onward, obviously.
Onward probably would end up being the winner there.
Yeah, Onward versus Scoob versus Trolls, and then we got Bloodshot versus Invisible Man.
There was another one.
Plenty of other good movies. Bloodshot won't get nominated.
There was another animated film released a little bit before those, wasn't there?
I don't know. I don't remember it. I didn't see that.
But you know what's been really weird though? All of like the promotional snack material still coming out for these films that aren't coming out.
Yeah. Dude, I got a Wonder Woman like cookie collision blizzard at Dairy Queen a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
It's pretty
yummy.
yummy.
The frosted animal cracker one instead, which is delicious.
It's pretty yummy, dude. I wonder how many cookies she eats in the movie. I won't find out till next year.
But yeah, it's
next. Why is this episode so weird, dude?
Yeah. Well, we're out.
It's the eye for an eye match, man.
We're out of news for this fun episode, but we do have a fun little discussion between the three of us. It would be four of us, and I guess still could be four of us if they keep going off in the comments, but we'll see. So right now, the discussion we're going to have, and if you haven't looked at the thumbnail, then I don't know. If you looked at the thumbnail, you should know what this is. If you haven't looked at the thumbnail, I don't know what you're doing.
What do you got?
But the discussion for this episode is, what is the greatest sitcom of all time? Now,
that is very hard to read from the thumbnail, by the way.
Yeah, no, that was part of the beauty of it, because remember, Taylor, remember the old-fashioned TV, what's noise and what?
You think I'm like 6 years old? Like, like my God.
How young do you think it is, or how old do you think I am?
Like, remember when TVs had boxes on the back of them?
You're older like me. That's why. He's the baby of this group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for audio listeners, Nick is literally 6 years old. Yeah, I remember television.
I have a box TV. I had a box TV for like that had a terrible connection for about 23 years of my life, it feels like. So don't worry. I know what TV is.
I remember AV cables.
But yeah. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up the 4 shows because this was the graphic I made when Connor was still supposed to be on live with us, but hopefully he was able to do his defense of the comments. I'd love that. So here we go. The 4 shows that we each picked one. The 4 shows that we felt were the greatest television shows of all time, or greatest sitcoms of all time. Greatest sitcoms of all time.
Oh, slow reveal.
So we have Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Seinfeld, The Office, and How I Met Your Mother. Now,
guess who's who?
No, because you already know. You know what mine is.
Everybody knows. Everybody who's watching knows what Matt's is. Like,
yeah, everyone knows what mine is, and for me, it's How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother to me is the best television or best sitcom. Actually, in my opinion, it's the best television show. I'm just going to be honest. It's the best television show, sitcom, whatever you want to say, of all time.
Go off.
What people don't realize is How I Met Your Mother. Each of the main characters represents everyone at one point in life or at one point in the normal lifespan. Marshall represents someone who's ready for commitment, or that point in life where you're ready for commitment. Lily represents the part of you that questions. Robin is the part of you that at some point thinks you don't want to get married at all because you'll never find anyone who's right. Barney is the playboy, playgirl, and everyone who's just, you know what, at this point in my life, I'm just going to have fun, sleep around, and do my thing. And then you have Ted, who is the hopefulness that everyone has when it comes to finding love. So, the series, though overall it is about Ted meeting the mother, compared to most other sitcoms, there's an overarching storyline for the entire season. And it shows growth in our characters through that storyline. While it does have wacky and crazy adventures and moments, it's one of those things where they know how to strike the right chords and make you feel when life's realistic. It's a show with actual substance and meaning behind it, unlike something like Seinfeld.
Whoa, okay, he's firing shots.
Well, let me go.
No, let me finish. It teaches life lessons and it has real human responses. And the wackiness actually plays at times to the fact because it's a father recanting the past to his kids. And there are times where he's like, I don't remember this and the details are fuzzy, but this is what I think that happened. Or this is how I remember it. And it'll just be something crazy, like when the goat beat the living shit out of Ted. So
I've never watched an episode of this show.
Oh, wow. And then it's a show that teaches us, and it's a show, and this is something people hate about it, but it's a show that shows you can fall in love with more than one person in life. There's never just the one. There's a one for a certain point in time. It also, and while people give the finale shit, it's actually a beautiful work of art, and it gives a glimpse of what relationships are like as you grow older, as you grow apart. When you start families, how you don't get to spend as much time together. Especially that finale, to me, I was in tears, a lot of it, because you see how after Barney and Robin get married, how all of them have slowly grown apart but are still trying to stay together. Because you've probably seen it with your parents. There are those longtime friends who they maybe only get to see like once or twice a year, who they maybe used to see like once a month or a couple times a month. Just one of those things. And then, especially for the 2000s, it captured what dating life could really be like. Before the Tinders and all that, it was about friends going to the bar, the single ones trying to meet some of the single people at the bar, and just crazy adventures. And it also captured what it was like dating a crazy woman. It captured what it was like dating someone you thought could be the one, and then you realized that they weren't. It just did a good job captivating a lot of the different places that you are in life, especially in your mid-20s to early 30s. So, yeah.
That was a very passionate speech you just gave.
This is my show, so.
This show means a lot to you.
Yeah.
It's clear in your conviction. I didn't come prepared with such a deep and well thought out, thorough argument for why I like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I knew it.
Like if this is a high school debate, I have not come with any way to match what you just said. Because clearly that show means a lot to you, and I almost feel like I've done you a disservice because I've never watched a single solitary minute of How I Met Your Mother.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. So
you and Jess together as a show, as a couple, you might enjoy the watch.
So when you gave me this kind of prompt for this show, it's a little challenging for me because I honestly don't watch a lot of sitcoms. I've watched sitcoms in life, but there's not a lot. You know, you see an episode here and there, especially back in our day and CRT TV days when you didn't have DVRs or Fire Sticks. Right. None of that. You just watched whatever the hell was on TV. You do end up watching sitcoms along the way because it's just what's on. But Fresh Prince, was kind of that growing up. But in that, I would always get super excited if I could catch an episode of it growing up. That would be, coming up next, Fresh Prince. Sweet. I'm definitely staying on this channel. Another one. Cool. I'm right there. Fresh Prince is one of the only multicam classic format sitcoms I've ever watched front to back. I've not watched it multiple times front to back. I know you just watched the whole show on HBO Max.
Yes, sir. I watched the whole thing on HBO Max.
So even as much as I like it, you might even like it more than me because I couldn't tell you the last time I actually sat down and watched the Fresh Prince.
Well, I can. What sparked that is the fact that when COVID first started, I was working. They had me working inside the store, and they had one person stationed in the break room to just wipe down the tables after people got up. And there were a couple of days I got stuck doing that. And then on BET was some Fresh Prince. And then when I threw out my back, and HBO Max came out, there's Fresh Prince. I said, you know what? I'm going to watch this from front to back. Let's go.
Yeah, it rules, right?
Yeah.
It's great, man. It's great. I mean, first of all, you've got classic in its prime or about to be in its prime, perhaps, Will Smith. I mean, the show was on for 6 or 7 years?
Six seasons.
So you maybe start with a young Will Smith that you don't know that well, and by the time it's done, you've got prime Big Willie style,
So his prime actually started in the middle of the show. Bad Boys came out right around the end of season 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always think of Fresh Prince Will Smith as being so young. So yeah. It's funny. It's weird for me to think of him in that time of his life also being, leading man Will Smith. Because in the context of the show, he just feels so young. But you get to grow with that character, and the show is full of great characters, man. It's not obviously it's the Will Smith show, right? You could almost just call it the Will Smith show, but so many great characters, all with their own dimension, and you love them for different reasons. I mean, Carlton's a legend, Uncle Phil, legend, Jeffrey, legend. DJ Jazzy Jeff get thrown out of the house, legendary.
Which that was only shot once.
Yeah, they just go to the same take every episode for 6 years.
Literally, whenever you see Jazz wearing that shirt when he's on screen, if it's not him getting thrown out, he's about to get thrown out.
Yeah. Super, super great bit. Ashley, Vivian. I feel like the only character who's not great is his mom because 10 different women play his mom.
It's only 2. It's 2 different women.
Oh, I felt like it was at least 3.
No, it was 2. So what happened there is the original mother didn't like how the show focused on Will Smith.
It's the Will Smith show, baby.
So they were about to cancel it, and they're like, no, just get rid of her, remove her, and let's recast and have a good show.
Are we talking about Aunt Viv?
Yeah, Aunt Viv.
Okay, would. You said his mom.
Oh right, yeah, no, yeah. I'm sorry. His Aunt Viv.
Aunt Viv.
But so many. It's such a funny show. Also, maybe am I out of line to say perhaps the most iconic and renowned theme song of any sitcom ever?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Everybody knows like all the words of the Fresh Prince theme.
They don't actually. They know.
They know the shortened version.
Yes, they know the shortened version.
They don't know. They don't know the extra verse, but even still, everybody knows that song. So many great episodes, man, and not even just the fun. Like every sitcom feels like they have to deal with those weighty subjects and have like your serious PSA episode. You know, like this is the episode about drugs. You know, Fresh Prince has these serious, weighty topic episodes where they come at it with a sincerity and an honesty where it doesn't just feel like you're getting lectured after school. I remember that great episode about Carlton trying to get in the frat and Will's in it, and the frat's like, you know, he's not black enough, and Will having to like deal with that concept. He's like, what do you like interesting perspectives like that. That sitcom has that others don't. I think again the episode of Carlton where he like almost dies saving Will's life, and the journey that sends Will, like so many great serious episodes. I mean,
to me, you nailed one of the 3 quintessential episodes for me, and that's the episode where Carlton isn't black enough. The other 2 for me are when Will gets shot and causes Carlton to buy. Excuse me, there's actually 4 quintessential episodes. When Will gets shot and causes Carlton to buy a gun and look at the world in a new light.
Oh, did I have it? Yeah, you're right. I had it backwards. Yeah.
Because Will was used to that. Will lived in West Philly, so Will had seen stuff like that.
Yeah.
Great
episode.
The other one is, or one of the other 2 is when Carlton accidentally takes speed that he got in Will's locker from a classmate who gave it to him.
Yeah.
And then the number 1 most quintessential episode to me of Fresh Prince is when Will's father comes back into his life and then leaves again.
Yeah. Just heavy stuff that every sitcom tries but does not always accomplish because you care so much about the characters, because it is such a fun show, and because the humor is so great, and it just makes you connect with those characters so heavily that when things do get serious and they aren't funny anymore, you're not just like, oh my God, you got to talk down to me with this lecture shit like I'm a baby. Like, no, you're like, I feel for the characters. You know, I care about them. So when they're going through something, I'm going through something with them. And a great last episode, by the way.
Yeah.
Leaving the empty house. A great last, sad, bittersweet episode. Just a great show, man. And it's one of those one. And like I said, the classic sitcom experience of like, oh, this is on, I guess I'll watch it. And, you know, I don't ever sit down and just watch TV anymore. You know, like everything I watch is because I purposely selected it and I'm putting it on. So I don't. That's probably why I don't come to your traditional sitcom much anymore. But that said, you know, if that's what was, if Fresh Prince was up next, to this day, I still would not be changing that channel. You know, like regularly scheduled broadcasting is over, and now it's Nick at Night time or whatever, right? And Fresh Prince comes on. Like,
Fresh Prince is the first time.
Yeah, I'm staying where I'm at, and I'm watching. It doesn't matter which episode it is. I'm captivated. I'm laughing. I'm feeling something. It's a great show, you know. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't gone back and watched it in years because that's just, I don't really watch sitcoms that often.
Well, you got HBO Max.
I guess. And you know what? I have a couple seasons on DVD as well. And Nick, you might be too young to remember owning shows on DVD. You're a little baby boy.
Yeah.
You would never know such a concept. But I got a couple seasons on DVD. So, no, yeah, it's been a long time since I watched it. But always will love Fresh Prince. Will always have a very fond place in my heart for it. You know, and all honestly, I don't think I'm in a position to argue what the greatest TV sitcom of all time is. But if I pick my favorite, it's probably Fresh Prince. That's my TED talk. That's my Big Willie talk.
All right, Nick.
So here's the thing: is that when we were originally talking this concept, we were going to do like a March Madness of Sitcoms. That was originally what Matt had said. Now, I'm gonna. This is gonna seem like it's going south real quick, but it's not. Okay, because because like to me, most sitcoms don't exist without Seinfeld. That's my big thing when it comes down to it. Now, that said, if we're talking favorites, I'm gonna throw two out there that are everybody's gonna be like, really? And I mean it because they mean a lot to me. Like it's stuff that my siblings and I bonded over growing up, and they are Alf and Dinosaurs.
Those are real sitcoms.
Are two of the greatest sitcoms of all time to me. I love them because, like I said, I had thought that like we were doing like the March Madness thing. I mean, I do love Seinfeld. Don't get me wrong. I was flipped to it more recently in life than I was when I was younger. But like Alf and Dinosaurs, man, I grew up watching those TV shows. We did own all of them on DVD, funny enough. My brother Thomas still loves both TV shows to this day, so we watch them every once in a while. But it was just, Dinosaurs kind of fit these real life situations into what was essentially a non-cartoon version of the Flintstones almost, because you have sure. Yeah, no, I mean more or less. You have I get what you're saying. You have this like character. You have pretty much everything. You have that character that everybody recognizes it for, which is the baby. But yeah, to be honest, there's so many family dynamics, different episodes that you would think would be themed after. They run with those typical sitcom tropes and do them in a very interesting way. I love the puppets, and seeing a sitcom brought to life like that in the way of the Muppets is fantastic to me. It totally could be something that they could bring back, and I could see working really well. To me, they left it in a really weird place where they basically just said, "Hey, everybody's going extinct," and it was I cried watching that finale. Because I was like, oh, shit. Well, I mean, I know how this ends in real life, but my God.
That's how they all go extinct?
Yeah, the whole entire final episode is, spoilers, I guess, for Dinosaurs,
Yeah.
is that Earl messes up the entire world and causes global warming, essentially, and causes a meteor to come down and strike the Earth, and it's his fault. They go into like an ice age, and then like the last line of the episode is like the baby turning to his father and going, "Are we gonna live?" or something like that. And like, yeah, it's like, holy shit, it's terrible. Which Alf, by the way, I'm pretty sure ends with him almost getting taken in by the CIA. So I apparently just draw myself to TV shows with really dark endings. But Alf, on the other hand,
kind of.
I Met Your Mother was a dark ending. Yeah, your mom's dead. This is really a story about how I want to date your Aunt Robin because she's the other woman I've loved like that in my life. It's not uncommon for sitcoms to have a darker ending.
But imagine if any of these other shows ended with the apocalypse. That is a good notch in your belt, Dinosaurs. Imagine if
it is
with the apocalypse.
I'll throw Boy Meets World and Saved by the Bell even into that mix, just because it was something. And my family is currently in the process, thank you, Emily, of rewatching Saved by the Bell and stuff like that in moments. Nathan wasn't really akin to it, and my sister thought that he'd end up liking it. I've seen all the episodes 300 times because of her. It was one of her favorite shows growing up. But same with Boy Meets World, and that is, I know that Matt and I love Boy Meets World.
Topanga, man, one of my first.
That could even be on this list.
Yeah,
for at least me.
My top five. I wouldn't know where to place it in my top five. I would probably say How I Met Your Mother's 1, Fresh Prince 2, Office 3, and then I'd go Boy Meets World at 4, and maybe Big Bang Theory at 5. 5 is a weird spot.
When I think of sitcoms, I think of things I grew up on, even Full House to an extent.
Sure.
We've watched like crazy growing up.
That would be in
and
there.
Family Matters. I think that like anything for that ABC family block that would play in the morning time was a staple in my household.
Even step by step, day by day.
I mean, and it was just like I grew up. I live in the Stone Age apparently, or you all live in the Stone Age, and I'm this fresh-faced little boy. It's probably the beards, but I grew up with like that ABC Family like sitcom. Sitcoms were my thing and still are to this day. I don't necessarily love dramas. I'm kind of just a cartoons or sitcom kind of guy. So this was definitely something that I was looking forward to talking to. But if I'd say in importance, I'd definitely say that no matter how much people like him or not, Seinfeld and Friends are important. Not that they're good or whatever. I don't want to start that debate because I don't need it. But
I'm not saying it's not good. I was just saying.
But I'm just no, I know. I'm just saying like in level of importance, if we're talking most greatest sitcom of all time, I'd say they're both pretty important for spawning a lot of other stuff. But yeah, so Dinosaurs, Alf, definitely check them out. I think that Disney Plus is getting Dinosaurs soon.
In the next few months.
Alf, I don't know where the hell you can watch that. We own all the seasons on DVD. So like yeah, I know, DVD. Weird. Oh, hey, I own a series on DVD. I almost looked in that direction, but I turned my camera off because it's
I have the entire Smallville box set under my bed, or in my DVD drawer. So trust me, I get it.
I don't want to miss it in chat because I'm gathering that Connor's pick was The Office.
Yes, Connor's pick was The Office, and I was waiting for Nick to be done. The Office is a show that lives in its awkwardness. I live life in awkwardness. The way they establish relationships and expand on those, and how those relationships are built upon are beautiful. The final 2 seasons are so beautiful. The finale, I cried, even though the humor is dry and ridiculous. It has a lot of heart. It's one of the only shows to make me laugh and cry so much. See, a lot of people would disagree on those final 2 seasons.
Nick's kind of pulling like a Home Improvement bit.
I was about to say, wait, Home Improvement.
Yes.
That's another one.
A lot of people would actually disagree about those last 2 seasons. They'd say that those last 2 seasons is what got that show canceled.
I think, well, they didn't cancel it; they just ended it.
Well, they felt like there wasn't any real magic behind it anymore. You know what I mean? So they're like, let's just make this the last season.
The final 2 seasons being beautiful is an interesting take that I would love to hear more of, because that is a very uncommon.
Yes, completely uncommon take. The finale being beautiful, oh yeah, without a doubt. But
I think most commonly people completely just forget like when you marathon Office on Netflix or whatever, like you get to Michael Scott leaving and you're like, well, time to start over because the show's over now, right?
Dude, Robert California, are you kidding me? I wish Allie was still watching because Robert California is our boy.
Like literally, I still watch the last 2 seasons. But another great sitcom that I bring up, that 70s Show. That's one of those shows where I watch until Eric leaves and then I watch the finale. Yeah. That like to me, I'm like, okay, Eric leaves, and then here's the finale episode where he comes back after all this time, and that
sure.
The rest of it doesn't exist to me. Malcolm in the Middle, another great sitcom that we can bring up that is about a boy going through life, being the middle child and trying to just do what's right. And he technically wasn't even the middle child until like the last couple seasons of the show, because he was the second to last. And then his parents had another baby partway through the show. And we ended up with him actually being the middle child.
It's kind of we can talk about all these different sitcoms, but it's kind of a moot point because we know unequivocally what the best one is. Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it.
Oh, how can we forget our boy Ray?
Ray
Romano.
It's right there in the title. Everybody and arguably loves Raymond.
I hate Raymond.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't entirely understand. I'm coming back as Raymond as my character for the trivia show. Just an FYI.
Well, get ready because everybody's gonna love you. So I hope you're prepared to deal with that.
That's right, Nick Raymond Mulbach.
How you guys feel about the Golden Girls?
Never actually watched an episode, so I can't even say it.
Oh man,
it's pretty good.
Golden Girls is pretty solid, actually.
I'd say thank you for being a friend. I mean, like,
absolutely.
Here's the extent of my knowledge of Golden Girls. somebody on SEN, their username when they comment a schmobot is B. Arthur can get it. That's my extensive knowledge of Golden Girls.
I mean, that's definitely a part of it. You're not wrong.
And B. Arthur was in the Star Wars holiday special. That is my knowledge of Golden Girls.
That's one of my favorite Star Wars trivias right there.
And she still is in the canon, unlike Colonel Harlan Sanders.
She is still in the canon. In the book.
You know what sitcom I
review?
You know what sitcom I again I've not watched many front to back, but you know what one I have seen all of, and it's a shame, dude, but I used to really like that original run of Roseanne. I don't know if you guys ever watched Roseanne back in the day.
I did not like the original run. I liked it being brought back, and I actually do like the Connors, the continued sequel of Roseanne.
So I never watched the Connors, but
it works better without her.
That's very strange. The original, it's weird. It's weird how these things turned out, because the original Roseanne's really kind of what I was saying with Fresh Prince. Again, it was the sitcom about like working class Americans, actual like progressive issues. Like it was weird. It would bring up these weighty topics. It'd be like, let's have an episode about race relations. Let's have an episode about gender, about sexuality. Let's have an episode about abortion. And it always would come. It would always. Man's done. I understand. You talk about Roseanne Barr. It's a good time to leave, but it would always come like on the more progressive side of the topic or the issue was, and it was also a really funny show. It was really well written. Roseanne was really funny, man. John Goodman, you gotta love him, no matter where he shows up, what he's doing. I really like the original run of Roseanne, and so kind of a shame what it eventually devolved into since it's come back. I watched the Connors. And I don't know if you watched the Connors, Nick.
I have not watched the Connors, but talking about our favorite sitcoms, let's get back to this Ivor and I match. Scummy, my favorite Scummy Facebook page, Comic Book Resources, is currently running an article that says Rey Mysterio lost an eye during this match. No fucking way he lost an eye. There's no way. And all the fans think that it's true because they're sad reacting and stuff like that. I'm like, get out of here.
It is pretty sad. You don't think it's sad for... That man's a father. He's a family man. He's a legend. He's beloved, such as like Ray Romano. He's a career veteran.
We're talking about the eye for an eye match, so you didn't really miss much.
You know what? You should see. So I'm tabbing out to Google search, and as I type in Rey Mysterio, the first the autofills in eye afterwards, and then the next option is loses eye. So we'll dive in, man. We'll see. Rey Mysterio loses an eye. Yep, looks like he did. Spoiler alert.
I did that.
Guy has one eye. What's next?
But it's just sitcoms. Nick, you brought up the ABC Family Block. Yeah, I lived on the ABC Family Block back in middle school and elementary school.
I mean, we forget about though, and I guess Taylor leaving is like a way for me to mention this because I think it's something that you and I could pretty much talk about pretty easily. But like, I don't know, would you consider like a lot of those Disney Channel shows to be considered sitcoms in a way?
Yes and no. I mean, Boy Meets World is an exception because it was on that Thank God It's Friday block in my mind. But you could argue that they're sitcoms for kids.
Well, I could see like That's So Raven being a sitcom and like Sweet Life being a sitcom, and I wouldn't like put those high up on any list or anything like that, but I think that they're important to mention as shows that, kind of keep that alive in a way, keep that sitcom aspect alive.
Preps our minds to go to that next level.
Right. And I mean, it's so interesting to me what we consider a sitcom even. Because I don't know if I would consider The Office a sitcom personally. Not to say that it's not this great transcendent show. I'm just saying, like, it didn't entirely... When I think sitcom, I immediately go to laugh track, that 3-camera setup type style and stuff like that. I don't know if I necessarily go to The Office personally.
See... While people do bring up like 3-camera style and all that, the sitcom evolved in the early 2000s to be more than just a 3. Malcolm in the Middle, as far as I can remember, was one of the first ones to step away from 3-camera.
Mm-hmm.
No laugh track. It's It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
And despite all this, Matt Thomas would not let me use Sex and the City as an answer to this.
It's standard network television.
Okay, then fine. The Geico Caveman TV show is one of the first roles for Nick Kroll, by the way, is my favorite sitcom, yes.
The show that lasts the season?
Yes.
That canonically happens right after Dinosaurs ends, right?
Yeah, actually. That's the follow-up.
Yeah,
you can see it by the ginormous bird puppet that's just hanging out at their house.
I don't get to tell you how much I like Sex and the City on this show, but Plugmaster will let you know if you do want it. You can go listen to dozens of hours. Actually, you can't because I stopped paying for the RSS feed. But I used to host a show called Cosmopolitan, and it was a Sex and the City fan podcast.
Should make a comeback on this network.
I would love that. We might make it happen one day. I'm definitely carrying that torch, though. Believe me. Sex and the City. You know what? I probably wouldn't argue it's the greatest sitcom of all time because as somebody who's hosted a podcast about it, you start to have spiteful feelings for it after you cover it so extensively and
I have spiteful feelings for Sex and the City. This is something I never thought I'd hear you say.
When you're just like on a weekly basis stretching like 24 minutes of television to like a 2-hour podcast, it's just fun. You see things in a different context. It's hard to say, but I used to host a Sex and the City podcast that was about mansplaining it to women who had never watched it or cared about it.
And yes, women, he is straight and taken.
I know the second place is really surprising, but you know what? Actually, it's fun. I'm taken by somebody who I practically met
on that podcast.
Full
circle. It comes full circle.
I do have like a special connection to Sex and the City now because of that show. So it will always have a special place in my heart. But I don't feel like it's aged very well, despite being about a show about realistically trying to depict women in a different context.
I was going to say, if you want to talk about HBO premium content that's sitcom, Barry is fucking hilarious.
I've never watched Barry, but I've heard it's good. But you're not allowed to talk about it because it's not on basic cable or whatever.
I was just saying.
Also, wasn't that like? Oh wait, no. Hey, they replay episodes of Sex and the City on E. Just an FYI, and I'm pretty sure that's basic cable, so it counts.
There you go, baby. Get that graphic primed up. This is now an unofficial Cosmopolitan episode right now. I'm gonna call Terrence.
Welcome.
Send Terrence the link.
Oh God,
I love that. I haven't seen Terrence in forever. We'll get Terrence up out here. We'll get everybody out here.
How is Terrence doing?
It's all right, man. I saw him not that long ago. He's looking as handsome as ever.
Speaking of seeing each other, next week, be prepared for some content from us because we're all going to be not apart in different rooms. We're going to be in the same fucking area for once. It's
being
beautiful.
Careful and social distancing, and we need to preface to everybody that we will be taking the necessary precautions because I like to obviously make sure that everybody knows we're taking accountability.
We have a thermometer that is at the house.
It is a rectal thermometer.
Yes. So yes, we are actually going to be able to get together, have a few laughs, record a fun skit for y'all.
We'll see. We never.
I'm sorry, your yes there was way too like.
Yes.
You're like you have no clue what a rectal thermometer is here.
Oh, he knows. He just made peace with it.
I'm just like
I'm just going. I'm ignoring it.
I know, but
I got a little bit happy to something.
That was a really weird way to go. Yeah.
He's long since made peace with it, Nick. You will too. If you want to hang out with us.
I'll get my catheter. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Nobody's listening right now.
No, man.
If you're still listening to our rectal thermometer talk, please leave it in the comments.
Yeah, leave a comment.
We got one on each, baby. One on each.
I'm so sorry.
Leave a comment about rectal thermometers to prove you're out there.
No, we did have it. We did bring Spin from the Real back, so go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and check out our Really Trivia Showdown contest. Tomorrow's episode has the Master going up against the Rager, so that's a fun episode.
It's very
we got that Master Rager action going on. Anyways, All right, Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
There it is. Yeah, a rectal thermometer.
Aaron knows all about
Thanks for watching.
thermometers.
Hey, I'm just happy to see a familiar face. Thanks for watching.
Thank you
Anyways,
for watching, Aaron. I miss you, buddy.
okay, so we have a match to record. So
Yeah, we have a match to
and
record.
I have a match to finish editing.
Is it an eye for an eye match?
Oh, hell yeah!
No.
We'll see. Wow, we'll see. Because
The master or
maybe
the
I will
racer
see.
would be missing an eye right now, but
maybe I will see because I hope to have both my eyes by the time it's on the internet.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because I'm not going to be in an eye for an eye match. Because I'll have both my-
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, really almost blew your cover there, buddy. All right, so
we're going to record this other match, folks. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. In the comments, if you want to join in on the conversation, drop your favorite sitcom in the comments, whether it's a Disney show, a regular network show, or a premium network show, since Taylor really wants that Sex in the City plug.
or your favorite show involving Ray Romano. So, yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, so signing off.
You're listening and you haven't brought into the rectal thermometer talk? Sorry, go on. Signing off. I'm Nick.
That's Taylor, not the Rager. Taylor, not the Rager.
I don't know why. Again, why we look. We
You
saw.
don't need to bring that up.
We saw the episode with the Rager a couple days ago. I saw it. You saw it. Rey Mysterio saw it. He'll never see another episode again. I'm not. I mean, there's just no. It's redundant to even clarify. I'm not the Rager. See, I'm very happy. I'm not mad about anything. But I'm very happy to see another episode tomorrow on our YouTube channel. And I'm very happy to listen to the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Spotify. I'm very happy to watch it on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
Yes. I'm very happy that everyone who's tuned in is tuned in for another episode of Who Are They? Real Talk. Check out our other programs. Have a good night.
Good night. Sweet dreams.